Forget everything you've been told about potential. It's a lie designed to keep you average. In the White Room, a human being is nothing more than a raw material to be carved, refined, and optimized into a masterpiece of cold, calculated logic. You see Ayanokoji and think it's fiction, but the principles of total cognitive dominance are terrifyingly real. If you're tired of being a puppet to your emotions and a slave to your distractions, it's time to stop living and start operating. This is the blueprint to strip away your human weaknesses and build a brain that doesn't just think, but predicts every move on the board before the game even begins. Welcome to the protocol. Look at the people around you. They are governed by impulse, slowed by emotion, and blinded by their own shadows. But what if you could flip the switch? In the depths of the White Room, perfection isn't an aspiration. It's the only acceptable result. We're not talking about simple productivity or hacks. We are talking about the systematic deconstruction of the average mind to build something elite, something untouchable. If you want to move through life like Kiyotaka Ayanokoji, seeing every person as a tool and every situation as a winnable game, then you need to forget who you are. This is the White Room method. Level 1 starts now. Phase 1. The Monotony of Excellence, mental isolation. Phase 1 is the filter where most geniuses break. We call it the Monotony of Excellence. Most people think growth comes from variety, but in the White Room, growth comes from the void. In this phase, you must learn to survive and eventually thrive in total mental isolation. Why? Because the modern brain is addicted. Why? Because the modern brain is addicted to cheap stimulation. Your phone, your music, your social circle. They are all crutches that keep your mind flabby and dependent. To build a superhuman intellect, you must first strip away the noise until the only thing left is your own consciousness. This is where you develop the Ayanokoji stare, that terrifying level of focus that doesn't flicker when the world gets loud. You must practice environmental sterilization. Spend hours in a room with nothing but a difficult problem and a blank wall. No background music to soften the blow. No productive snacks. Just the raw, painful friction between your brain and the task. When you remove every distraction, your mind has no choice but to evolve. It stops looking for an escape and starts looking for a solution. You aren't just studying. You are hardening your focus into a diamond. Excellence isn't a peak you climb. It's a narrow, boring hallway you walk every single day without ever breaking your pace. If you can't handle the silence, you'll never handle the power. Phase 2. Neural colonization, the information siege. In the White Room, learning is a passive word for losers. Ayanokoji doesn't learn, he conquers information. To get a superhuman brain, you have to stop treating your mind like a bucket you're trying to fill, and start treating it like a territory you are expanding. Most people have leaky brains. They read a page and forget half of it by tomorrow. Ayanokoji has total retention. To achieve this, you must implement the information siege. This isn't about reading for an hour. It's about total immersion, until your neural pathways are forced to restructure themselves around the data. The method. Master the Feynman matrix. Don't just memorize a fact. Break it down until you see the skeleton of the logic. If you're studying game theory, don't just read the definitions, simulate 1,000 scenarios in your head until the math becomes an instinct. The speed. In the White Room, the pace is relentless. Use speed reading and pattern recognition drills. Force your eyes to take in entire paragraphs at a glance. Your brain is a supercomputer. The only reason it's slow is because you've never pushed the processor to its limit. You need to reach the state where learning becomes downloading. When you walk into a room, you shouldn't just see people. Your brain should automatically download their body language, their vocal tonality, and their psychological triggers. You aren't just gaining knowledge. You are building a mental library so vast that every problem you encounter already has a pre-calculated solution waiting in the archives. You don't guess? You know. Phase 3. Cognitive overclocking. The stress protocol. Phase in the White Room, a genius isn't born. They are forged under pressure that would snap an ordinary mind. Your brain has a limiter, a safety switch that keeps you from burning out. To reach Ayanokoji's level, you have to break that switch. Most people can think clearly in a quiet room with a cup of coffee. That's useless. Ayanokoji can calculate complex human variables while his life is on the line. This is stress-induced intelligence. To build this, you must stop practicing in comfort. You need to force your brain to maintain 100% processing speed while your body is in fight or flight mode. The method: sensory overload training. Try solving high-level logic puzzles or chess tactics while blasted with loud, chaotic noise or under extreme physical fatigue. This forces your prefrontal cortex to filter out the garbage and focus only on the solution. The expansion. Master working memory. Expansion. Use dual end-back exercises at their highest difficulty. Most humans can hold 7 bits of information at once. You need to hold 20. You need to reach the point where your RAM is so large that you can track every hidden motive and every potential outcome in a room simultaneously. You are literally thickening the neural pathways. You are upgrading your biological hardware. When the world descends into chaos, everyone else's brain will freeze. Yours will simply shift into a higher gear. You won't be thinking, you'll be executing. The White Room doesn't teach you to be smart. It teaches you to be invincible. Phase 4. Social engineering. The logic of manipulation. Superhuman brain is useless if it cannot influence the reality around it. In the White Room, you are taught that people are not friends or enemies. They are variables. To reach the final stage of the Ayanokoji method, you must convert your social intelligence into pure, cold logic. Most people are blinded by empathy or ego. You see the levers. You must train your brain to perform real-time cold reading. When someone speaks, you aren't listening to their words. You are calculating their insecurities, their desires, and their breaking point. This is the ultimate test of your cognitive processing, that people are not friends or enemies. They are variables. To reach the final stage of the Ayanokoji method, you must convert your social intelligence into pure, cold logic. Most people are blinded by empathy or ego. You see the levers. You must train your brain to perform real-time cold reading. When someone speaks, you aren't listening to their words. You are calculating their insecurities, their desires, and their breaking point. This is the ultimate test of your cognitive processing, maintaining a mask of total normalcy while your brain is running 1,000 simulations of how to win the interaction. The protocol: practice emotional decoupling. In every conversation, ask yourself, what does this person want, and how can I use that to reach my objective? The result: you stop being a player in the game and start becoming the architect. You don't get angry, you don't get manipulated, and you never lose your composure. To the world, you are a mystery. To you, the world is an open book written in a language only you can speak. If you can't control the human element, your superhuman brain is just a calculator in a locked box. Use it to move the world. The White Room isn't a place you visit. It's a standard you carry in your mind. It is the brutal realization that good enough is for the weak. Most people will watch this video and go back to their distractions, their emotions, and their average lives. They are the failures of the experiment. But you've seen the blueprint. You know the cost of the superhuman brain. It's boring, it's cold, and it's lonely at the top. But in a world full of puppets, wouldn't you rather be the one pulling the strings?